Hello everyone and welcome back to my opinion. And in this final preview video, I'll be previewing the campaign of a side that went through a phenomenal run in the qualifiers in Zimbabwe to qualify for this competition. And in the recent T20 World Cup, they beat South Africa in the final game of their campaign to secure direct qualification for the 2024 T20 World Cup, this team being the Netherlands. Looking at the squad, you've got a couple of players who've been part of the side for a while, and Wesley Baresi and Paul van Meekeren. You've got some players that have plied their trade in T20 leagues around the world. Someone like Max O'Dowd has played in the Bangladesh Premier League. Roelof van der Merwe has played in many leagues around the world. And Bastelede has played, I think, in the ILT20 for MI Emirates. And this set of players have brought this side to great heights thus far. They qualified for the T20 World Cup in Australia. They then beat South Africa in that final game of their campaign to secure direct qualification for the next T20 World Cup. And a phenomenal run in Zimbabwe. You saw the way they won a few of those games. Not only a thriller against the West Indies, but at times they set 360-odd scores when batting first. And they won those games convincingly and even chased down a 270-odd against Scotland, I think, in 43 overs. So they had a very good qualifiers. They deserve to be at this World Cup. And you've got certain unique commodities such as Bastelede, who can bat at 5 and bowl 10 overs. And you've got Logan van Beek, more of a bowler, who can also get some quick runs at the end. So these players have brought them to great heights thus far, and I'm sure they'll be looking to enjoy themselves in this World Cup. And I'll be giving my views on their first 11 and the options that they've got in terms of backups in the next part of this video. Regarding how I think their 11 should go, I've gone to Vikramjit Singh and Max O'Dowd opening the batting with Wesley Baresi at 3 and Teja Nindamanuru at number 4. Bastelede at number 5, Colin Ackerman at 6, Scott Edwards at 7, Logan van Beek at number 8, Roelof van der Merwe at 9, Paul van Meekeren at 10, and Shariz Ahmed at number 11. And starting from the top, you've got an opening combination where both those players in Vikramjit Singh and Max O'Dowd are quite measured in their approach, and when batting in this part of the world, like I said, for the top 4, setting the foundation for the others to come. Would that be more likely to happen here? I don't know, considering you've got the openers who bat in a measured fashion. You've got Wesley Baresi with his experience at number 3. But after that, you've got exciting players, but can those players bat time? It's a question that's left to be answered. We'll have to see whether they can do that in this World Cup. Vikramjit Singh has averaged 33 this year with a century and a half century to his name. He's been getting back into form at the right time since he didn't start off the year in great form. And Max O'Dowd, who has scored 350s in I think 13 innings this year, above 500 runs at an average of almost 40. He's opened the batting in the Bangladesh Premier League. You think he's got the experience to lead the side with the bat. And like I said, you've got those two, then you've got the experience of Wesley Baresi, and then you've got players that like to go after the bowling. You've got Teja Nindamanuru at 4, who averages 36, striking at almost 100 this year, with I think 250s in a century, and you saw, I think 150 and 2 centuries, and you saw the enterprising knock he played against the West Indies in that fantastic game to watch. And he hails from Andhra Pradesh in India, and I think he went to New Zealand originally to pursue a cricket career. It didn't quite work out. Then he went to the Netherlands and has been playing there for a few years. And it's a case where we saw the innings he played against the West Indies in that qualifier. He's a player that likes to attack the bowling, and you've seen that with his strike rate of 100. And since he's averaged 36, he's been scoring quickly with a good average, which is good to see, and they'll be relying on him during this tournament. And a unique commodity in Bastelede, who averages 47.5 and strikes at 100, strike at above 100 with 1 century. And 15 wickets in 7 innings and at an equatorial rate of less than 6 is a unique commodity. You can bowl 10 overs and bat at 5. So I think that's something that's going well for the Netherlands there. Colin Ackerman, who hails from South Africa and is a good player. And Scott Edwards, who this year averages almost 44, striking at above 100, and has played that finishing role very well. So you've got a few players there that like to go after the bowling, but with what I've said about other teams, with them looking to set the foundation, if you've got Teja Nindamanuru at number 4, we don't know how he will go this tournament, and I think he's got the average and the strike. He's got the recent form to to put faith in him in this tournament. But you've got players from number 4 onwards that like to attack the bowling. We'll have to see how that goes across 50 overs against some quality attacks. You've got Logan van Beek, who's more of a bowling all-rounder who can hit a long ball. I think he bowls seam. Roelof van der Merwe, a fighting cricketer. We've seen him playing for various teams in the T20 circuit, and I think him being a more defensive spirit in this side with all his experience, I think that will also he also play a role in this team. Paul van Meekeren's been around for a while and will be one of the lead seamers in the side. And I've gone to Charis Ahmed since he's got, I think, 11 wickets in 8 or 9 games. And in terms of Van der Merwe being more of a defensive option, you've got potentially a more attacking option in Charis Ahmed since being the wrist spinner. You've got a couple of absentees due to injury in Tim Pringle and Fred Klaassen. Tim Pringle is an economical off-spinner who in 14 T20 innings this year has taken 7 wickets, going at less than 6 to the over. And Fred Klaassen in 8 ODIs this year has taken 12 wickets. He's a left-arm seamer and would have opened the bowling alongside Paul van Meekeren if he was available. And on the backups, you've got all spin bowling backups there. You've got Aryan Dutt, who you had an option of playing either him or Charis Ahmed. I went to Charis Ahmed considering he has taken, I think, 11 wickets in 8 or 9 games. And yes, he's got a slightly higher equality rate, but he's a wrist spinner on the side, and I think he'd add some more variety to the attack if you got a defensive spinner and Roelof van der Merwe in the side as well. Ryan Klein is a medium pacer who has taken 10 wickets in 8 innings and a equality rate of 4.64 this year in ODIs, which is very good. You've got Saqib Zulfikar, a spin bowling all-rounder. And a name that I recognise, Siebrand Engelbrecht. He actually played for the Cape Cobras in the CLT20 in 2014. I saw him play in that game where he played against the then Kings 11 Punjab in 2014, the side that had reached the final in that IPL season. And in terms of, can this side look to win a few games in this World Cup? Now, rather than me just saying they can't, going through this fixture list, you've got a case where either you don't know whether their batting will be able to handle the quality attacks on show, or whether there's enough in the track for their bowling to really have an effect on things. Now, they've been unlucky in a few fixture lists because you've got them playing against South Africa and Dharamshala. You've got them playing against Sri Lanka and Afghanistan in Lucknow, where the ball will turn quite a bit. The one game that may be slightly balanced, well, not balanced, but in terms of, I don't think they'd be going to that game with as much going against them, would be Bangladesh versus Netherlands in the Eden Gardens. But one thing that would give Bangladesh the edge is, of course, they look a stronger side, and 2, I think the quick bowlers, the quick seamers are the ones that get purchased in the Eden Gardens over the ones that bowl at 120 or 130 kph. And if you're looking at this Netherlands playing 11, you've got a lot of seamers that bowl at around 120 or 130 kph and may not be able to get much out of the surface in the Eden Gardens. So even then, Bangladesh have got the upper hand going to that game. So this will be a learning experience for this Netherlands side. And by the way, Afghanistan lost all the group stage games in the previous World Cup in England, but did they give a bad showing of themselves? No, they didn't. If the Netherlands can build on the positives they've got and learn from whatever happened in this tournament, then I think it's been a successful time for them, considering the progress they have made in qualifying for these competitions and getting such great wins under their belt in the T20 World Cup and in the qualifiers. And you've got a case where I think in the previous T20 World Cup against India, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli even weren't at their fluent best against the Netherlands, and it was Suryakumar Yadav the reason why they got to the score they got to. And you've seen with associates that up front and the middle, they do make it tough for the opposition, especially in T20. The problem is the death bowling in that case has been a problem. I think it's a case where after trying and failing a few times where they may get close but may not be able to hold on, they will learn from those experiences. And I think whatever learning they take will improve them as a side, and I'm sure they will look to, I think, be part of the other ICC events as well. I won't be surprised if we see the Netherlands prominently participating in ICC events in the future. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Remember, this is my opinion. What's yours?